Hello guys, this is Gorlami and welcome back to Pilot Skillshare. This is the second video of the series and the topic for today will be about customizing controls for Freelook. I'll be using my own setup as an example and walk you through the thought process behind it in case you want to integrate it for yourself. After that, we'll take a look at how this plays out in practice. But wait a minute.
Why should I give a f about Freelook anywho?
Tôi đã đượm được hẳn. Screw you, flying GI.
Well, let me play a short clip to clear things up a little bit. Are you still here? Great success! Now, let's get into the topic with some nerdy background info. Keep in mind that our goal here is to set up the controls for maximum efficiency, comfort, and Freelook enabled. When it comes to piloting with the mouse and keyboard, we got a whole lot more controls to worry about than being on the ground. It's key to assign the appropriate amount of work to different parts of our hands, and we need a scientific approach to get it right. In general, there's 4 types of input that we're dealing with, and based on how we interact with these inputs, we can put them into subgroups, which can be then characterized by frequency, accuracy, and duration. If we take a look at the ergonomic aspects of our hands, it should be safe to say that the 3 fingers in the middle are the most reliable for complex interactions. So in this case, we can fill them up with the most demanding groups of light control keys for the best fit. The remaining keys should be assigned by pretty much the same principle, so that most of your fingers are resting at the same areas most of the time. As a matter of fact, flying by key turn only modes does require more fine controls on the keys, so any disturbance to the hand's balance should always be avoided. For example, as you can see here, I've mapped my collective controls for both hands so that I can respond quicker when I do need to reach out for them, and it doesn't cause any interference to my cyclic and pedal controls. A quick note about the centering collective key here, in case you never used it before. What it does is that it resets your collective back to this position, which is the exact position for hovering and also a very useful position for most of the turning and cruising situations. In addition to that, you can save yourself energy by using this button between pulling the collective all the way up or the other way around, so that you only need to keep pressing those buttons for a fraction of the time. And last but not least, what goes into the gameplay settings? It's pretty straightforward. The collective sensitivity sets how fast you can push or pull the collective lever. I personally wouldn't go too low. The advanced flight model should definitely be turned on so that you can change your collective incrementally and leave it at a position wherever you left off. Mouse tuning is not too important here, but I personally prefer to match my controls to how you would operate the analog stick, thus row only. Invert Y-axis should be turned on as well for the same reason above. And of course, Freelook enabled by default. And that's about it. Let's have a look at some gameplay. Alright, so for the final part of this video, I just really wanted to show a couple of things on the go. So, when you first jump into the pilot role, obviously you will have to change a couple of keybinds. For in my case, I just need to rebind the crouch, which I have for spacebar on the fire weapon. So replacing the left click, and then I need to map my left and right mouse buttons on these two, the yaw left and right. Everything else, I have it pretty much untouched, which is not that much of a change. And for the Freelook, it's a good practice to always look around before you take off, in case you don't hit anything, you know, any other friendly choppers above you. And also when you fly forward, it's a lot easier to know where you're going by just simply looking at the direction which you're actually moving towards instead of where your nose is pointing. So I can control my altitude a lot better. I can see I don't need to worry about my altitude meter all the time. I just know where I'm going. And also when I'm turning, I will look first to that direction where I'm going before I make a turn. In this case, I can observe the environment to see if there's any threat, and also it's just overall a better controlling feeling. And then last thing is for the transports, you can look around just randomly as you fly, just to manually spot any threat. Of course, when it comes to landing, now you can finally look downwards to see if you're landing alright, and this really will make flying a whole different experience for you if you spend some time to get used to this. There is a learning curve, I have to warn you, but if you understand why you're using this control scheme, and if you do want to achieve fluency with this new flying style, I'm sure you will get through the initial adaptation phase pretty quickly. And yeah, that's all. I hope you good luck, wish you good luck, and see you in the next video.